Have you ever picked up a gun with Orion?
No, I don't think so.
You want to pick mine up? So you see what it looks like?
Yeah, sure.
SMG marked.
I'm coming.
Fight back.
Yeah.
Orion Camo, one of the most debatable final unlock for mastering all the weapons in Modern Warfare 2. Unlocking this means you've managed to not only get all 51 weapons, gold and platinum, but also finishing up those pesky polyatomic challenges. So it can seem like a never-ending grind of time-consuming challenges. Today I'll be showing you the 7 biggest time-saving tips to help you speed through and get your Orion Camo faster. To get gold and work your way into platinum and above, most weapons require you to reach max level or very close to it. And let's just say a big chunk of getting Orion is this right here. When it comes to maxing out your weapons, there's definitely quite a few options on the table, and this is when you want to ask yourself, what would you rather spend your time doing? The first option is to play Warzone and level up your weapons with contracts like Safecracker and complete them with the specific weapon you're trying to level up on hand. You can then take that money and use a buy station for purchases, which also gives weapon XP. Although this gives a hefty amount of weapon XP, it can also be very tedious to find or buy the weapon you need while also trying to stay alive from nearby enemies. Don't do it. Don't do it. You want to live? Talk to me for a sec. Talk to me. The gas is coming. Talk to me. And constantly getting into new Warzone matches can be somewhat of a time restraint. The next option is to play Invasion, which is a similar game mode to Ground War but without objectives and some added bots. These games are typically long lasting, and throughout the game bots spawn in periodically alongside fighting real players. And yes, you are rewarded the same amount of XP for both. If you want to have a more laid back approach, this is definitely your choice. Grab a tactical insertion, use Blind Eye and Ghost, then go crazy locking down an area while bots and players try and take you out. However, enemy snipers will be the biggest downfall towards gaining an absurd amount of weapon XP, since almost everyone camps in this mode. But stick to playing around cover, avoid any sniper angles, and this will get your weapon to max in no time. And finally, we have the infamous way to grind for max level, which is the newly added shipment game mode or shoot house for when it's available. This is where most of my grind took place because it's without a doubt constant action, but can definitely turn into a little sweat fest with players either pushing spawns every chance they get or camping and holding the same head glitch over and over. But besides the point, this is the best way to gain the most score per minute. Just be ready to take 3 showers after your play session. So now we have a good grasp on the 3 ways to level up your weapons and have a better understanding of what might work best for you and your playstyle. Alongside knowing what to play, now it's time to get into your equipment and perk packs. If you've decided to use Warzone to level up your weapons, then skip past this part of the video. But if you decided you actually want to play the game and get good with these weapons, then it's time to dial in. Starting with the perks, you want to go ahead and make a custom perk package. If you are focusing on your grind with Invasion, then you should be using Extra Tactical, Scavenger, Cold-Blooded, and Ghost in that exact order. Extra Tactical because you are going to want to use decoy grenades, as they will also give weapon XP. But with this perk added, it gives you 3 decoys rather than 2. Scavenger because Invasion maps tend to be extremely large, and even with those ammo refill sections, once you get to an area you want to start farming kills and bots, you don't want to waste your time hiking over to a refill and lose precious time. Cold-Blooded because the amount of streaks called in, whether it's a VTOL, chopper, gunship, and so forth, can be very annoying to die by once you get to your farming area. And since we've already established the maps are very large, dying by these streaks after you made the long hike to get to your spot can be a big time waster. Cold-Blooded is also great to stay hidden from thermal snipers. And finally, Ghost because UAVs are being constantly called in and you don't want to get to your farming spot just to have somebody walk up in your location because of a UAV. Lastly, Tactical Insertion for the field upgrade. This will let you set your spawn point a little bit closer to the action so you don't waste as much time running to your farming spot every time you die. Just be aware bots and streaks can destroy the tactical insertion aside from real enemy players. Now, if you chose to take your grind to shoot house or shipment, then the perks you want to run are going to be Extra Tactical, Bomb Squad, Fast Hands, and Quick Fix in that exact order. Once again, the Extra Tactical is essential for 3 decoy grenades every time you spawn. Throw all 3 in the action areas of the map, and I like to throw each decoy in all 3 lanes of the map to gather all potential XP. Bomb Squad because explosives are an even bigger deal than being hit by a flash or stun grenade. This will easily save you from dying more often. Fast Hands because this will allow you to throw your decoy grenades way faster and help save time for you to actually fire your weapon. Lastly, quick fix, because this will auto regenerate your health once you receive a kill. Almost every gunfight on these tiny maps will cause you to take damage, and since we're using decoys instead of a stim, this is a nice addition to regen health. Now for the field upgrade, you can either use DDoS or trophy system. For objective based game modes, the trophy will be much better, and for casual modes like TDM, the DDoS will come in handy. For those who don't know, you have the option to change your kill streaks into score streaks, which are easier to obtain. You'll want to use UAV counter and advanced UAV. This will give you the most possible weapon XP on kills you don't receive with your weapon. Also, if you have a harder time obtaining the advanced UAV, then take it off completely and just keep UAV counter. You can switch kill streaks to score streaks at the bottom left hand corner of your screen, so you should see a small tab for it. Now before unlocking gold for your weapon, most weapons will require you to complete 4 challenges that are only able to be completed once you reach your weapon to a specific level. Now most of these challenges are fairly easy and can be completed without actually going for them, unless it's the mounted or prone challenges. First off, you don't want to focus your attention on any of these challenges until you've unlocked the 3rd one. By default, once you complete all 3, most of the time the 4th challenge will become available to you from all of the weapon you gain from playing and completing those challenges. So far we've covered what to play and what to use to help save you tons of time on unlocking Orion Camo. Next I want to cover which weapon classes to complete in order, although this doesn't matter all too much, but doing certain classes in order can be a big help on your mental capacity. You don't want to leave the hardest classes for the end of the grind, because then you will start to lose motivation on completing them in a quick fashion. So I'll give you guys my secret on what gave me the easiest time. First off, I unlocked gold camo for each weapon before I put it down and moved to the next weapon. Now I have seen some players go for only max level and then move on to the next weapon, but by doing this you will have to cycle through all the weapons for an extra time, which is a big time waster. Keep in mind you will already have to cycle each weapon class 3 times, one for gold, one for platinum, and one for polyatomic. So trust me when I say this, get the gun gold, then move on. As far as the weapon classes go, I did ARs, SMGs, battle rifles, LMGs, shotguns, marksman rifles, sniper rifles, pistols, and then melee. Notice how I left out launchers. This is because the launchers will give you the longest time to complete. So instead of single-handedly focusing on them, you'll want to complete the launchers while going for all the other classes. Also, instead of getting the launchers directly to gold, you will only focus on level 11, since this is the level to unlock the first and only base challenge for all launchers. Now here's where things can be a bit confusing, so pay close attention to this part. While you are doing these weapon classes in order, some weapons in the class will be locked and will require you to level up another weapon in a different class. If this becomes the case, stop what you're doing and focus your entire attention on getting that weapon gold. This will help you down the line, since it will be one less weapon to get gold for that class. But once you get a gold, go back to the original grind of the order you were previously doing. Next, you'll notice pistols and then melees will be the last 2 weapon classes to get gold. Now this is for a specific reason. When you get to pistols, you won't be performing as well as those other classes. This will start to drop you in the skill-based matchmaking slightly, which will be perfectly timed from when you start both of your melee weapons. Since you'll already be lower in the skill-based matchmaking from pistols, the melee weapons will also drop you even lower, but won't take you as long to drop. Once you manage to get your gold melees, go and finish off your gold launchers. By this time, you should have all of them to level 11. Once you get gold launchers, go directly for platinum launchers, then platinum melees. If you do it in this order, you will only have to drop yourself in the skill-based matchmaking for a total of 2 times. The other time will be when you have to go for polyatomic launchers and melees. So if you've been following the video correctly, that means by now you should have every weapon gold, but also platinum melees and launchers, which means you'll need to start going for your long shots to get the rest of your weapons platinum. When going for long shots, you should play tier 1, or in other words hardcore mode, for easy kills at range. Most weapons will be a 1 to 2 shot kill, which makes long shots a breeze. However, you will need to put more of your focus on positioning and holding down high action areas that will reward long shots. You will also need to have on a X10 Angel 40 or an X10 Angel 4x8 sight. Now the Angel 40 4x8 sight is only available for certain weapon classes, so don't freak out if you can't find it for SMGs, pistols, etc. But it's nice to have a longer zoom scope with the rangefinder if available. Now the following are going to be long shot ranges for each class. 12.5 meters for shotguns, 20 meters for pistols, 30 meters for SMGs, 38 meters for ARs, BRs, LMGs, and MRs, then 50 meters for snipers. For sniper long shots, I'd recommend playing Invasion with a silencer and a small sniper glint scope like the Ares clear shot. The rest can be done on tier 1. Now that you're finished with long shots, it's time for headshot tips. And the biggest thing I can say for getting easier headshots is to maximize your aim down sight speed and recoil control with attachments and weapon tuning. In my opinion, the long shots are even harder and more time consuming than headshots. So just keep that same patience and keep your crosshair aimed high. Now it's time to finally drop yourself down the skill-based matchmaking ladder once again to complete your launcher and melee polyatomic challenges. After going negative and having a really bad KD for around 5 to 6 games, you will start to go down the ladder to complete your double kills with launchers and kills from behind with melees. Now this doesn't mean you can't achieve double kills in those higher tier lobbies, especially when playing hardpoint domination on shoot house or shipment. The Joker was easily completed by only firing rockets, since the amount of double kills, triple kills, and even quad kills I got was enough. The rest of the launchers, I would just go around meleeing with the launcher in hand, and no, using a throwing knife to get one hit kills doesn't work anymore. Either melee for 2 kills in a quick succession, or melee one person then fire a rocket at another player to achieve your double kill. And that is how I achieved Orion Camo and saved myself a ton of time. Thanks for watching, and happy grinding.